Good day, everyone. I hope you are doing great right now. By the way, I am Ariel Kabug and I will be discussing theories of the middle range and the functional analysis approach. You can find it on pages 115 to 119, book of Baran and Davis. Okay, let's begin with the history of the middle range theory. Robert Merton, a sociologist, was an influential social theorist of the 1940s and 1950s. He collaborated with Paul Lazarsfeld at Columbia University, who focused on empirical research rather than social theory. Despite being a social theorist, Merton was fascinated by Lazarsfeld's empirical research. As funding and respect for empirical research increased, findings became more complex and inductively developed. It was hard for them to seek answers about their research as it requires a long process and hundreds of findings. And most empirical research wasn't based on theory. That's why some of the findings couldn't explain how or why some attributes correlated with other attributes. Then Merton's solution to that problem was the development of theories of the middle range. So what is a middle range theory? How has it helped to lessen the complexity of the empirical research? According to the book, unlike grand social theories, example is the mass society theory that attempt to explain a broad range of social action. Middle range theories were designed to explain only limited domains or ranges of action that had been or could be explored using empirical research. These theories could be created by carefully interpreting empirical findings. According to Merton, sociologists often anticipate comprehensive sociological theories, but those were premature and apocalyptic. There was not enough preparatory work to address observed social behavior, organization, and change. Merton described middle range theory as first, middle range theories consist of limited sets of assumptions from which specific hypotheses are logically derived and confirmed by empirical investigation. Second, these theories do not remain separate but are consolidated into wider networks of theory. Third, these theories are sufficiently abstract to deal with differing spheres of social behavior and social structure so that they transcend sheer description or empirical generalization. Fourth, this type of theory cuts across the distinction between microsociological problems, and the middle range orientation involves the specification of ignorance rather than pretend to have knowledge where it is in fact absent. This orientation expressly recognizes what must still be learned to lay the foundation for still more knowledge. Okay, so for now, let's talk about the functional analysis. In social theory and social structure in 1949, Merton proposed what he called a paradigm for functional analysis, which focuses on the study of social artifacts like mass media, outlining how an inductive strategy centered on the study of social artifacts, such as the use of the mass media, could eventually lead to the construction of theories that explains the function of these items. Functionalism assumes that society can be seen as system in balance, with each form of social activity playing a part in maintaining a system. Functionalists argued that empirical research should investigate both the functions and dysfunctions of media, allowing for a systematic evaluation of media's overall impact. Merton distinguished manifest functions as intended and observed consequences of media use. It is simply the observable effects of the media, and latent functions, which are the unintended and less easily observed consequences of media use. This approach was widely adopted in mass communication studies during the late 1950s and 1960s. Researchers investigated the manifest and the latent functions of media, identifying the classic four functions of media, which is the surveillance of the environment, correlation of the parts of society in responding to the environment, transmission of the social heritage from one generation to the next, and entertainment. Functional analysis could lead to complicated assessments of media's role, as various forms of media content can be functional or dysfunctional for society as a whole, specific individuals, subgroups, and culture. For example, media advertising for fast food chains might be functional for corporations and stockholders, but dysfunctional for obese children. As obesity-related health problem increased, insurance costs could spiral, a dysfunction for working parents but functional for those selling weight reduction programs and fitness camps. So the functions for society can be offset by the dysfunctions for individuals or for specific groups of individuals. Functionalism's main issue is that it often fails to provide definitive conclusions about the functions or dysfunctions of media. One example is the narcotizing dysfunction, a theory that when people are overloaded with information about a problem, they became more apathetic to it and choose to learn about it rather than to take action. So functionalism has its own strengths and weaknesses. The strengths of functionalism are first, positions media and their influence in a larger social system. Second, it offers a balanced view of media's role in society. Third, it is based on and guides empirical research, but it also has weaknesses, which are first, it is overly accepting of status quo. Second, it asserts that these functions are balanced by functions. Third, it asserts that negative latent functions are balanced by positive manifest functions. And fourth, it rarely permits definitive conclusions about the media's role in society. So that's all for my discussion. Thank you for listening and keep safe everyone. Bye!